Patrick Hicks Music Stories presents Every Grammys Ever, the 27th Annual Grammy Awards, February 26, 1985. Unlike last year's awards that were really dominated by one person, this year's awards belong to two different artists. One who had been rising for years and had just now hit the peak of his powers, Prince. And the other, a woman who had just pulled off what is widely considered the greatest comeback in the history of rock and roll, Tina Turner. Prince and Tina Turner would be tied for the most awards tonight, both receiving 4 Grammys. Tina Turner was riding high with her comeback album Private Dancer and its huge single What's Love Got to Do With It, and Prince had not only just had his biggest album Purple Rain, but we were also seeing the presence of the empire that Prince had built. He was nominated not only for his own music, but for his own music as part of a soundtrack to a movie that he had starred in, for songs that he had written that other artists had covered, like Chaka Khan's I Feel For You, and artists were nominated that were associated with Prince, like the drummer Sheila E., who's nominated tonight for Best New Artist. She was nominated along with Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Corey Hart, the Judds, but the winner tonight was Cyndi Lauper, who went on stage with Hulk Hogan to accept her award. Both Song and Record of the Year belonged to Tina Turner for the song What's Love Got to Do With It. She beat out Stevie Wonder's I Just Called to Say I Love You, Cyndi Lauper's Time After Time, Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Lionel Richie's Hello, and Bruce Springsteen's Dancing in the Dark. Tina Turner also stole the show in the performances that night with What's Love Got to Do With It.
Oh, what's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion?
The performances tonight were pretty spectacular. Cyndi Lauper did Time After Time, Kenny Loggins did Footloose, Stevie Wonder did I Just Called to Say I Love You, and Prince and Sheila E. teamed up to perform Baby I'm a Star. A couple other fun things tonight. Weird Al wins his first ever Grammy for Best Comedy Recording for the song Eat It. They introduced a new category tonight, Best Reggae Recording, which is won by Black Uhuru. Elizabeth Cotten, who is 90 years old, wins Best Ethnic or Traditional Folk Recording, making her the oldest female to ever win a Grammy. She was 90 years and 52 days old. Now, there are a couple men who have beaten her record that won Grammys at 94 or 95, including Jimmy Carter, George Burns, and Tony Bennett. But the oldest person to ever win a Grammy is a blues singer named Pinetop Perkins, who won for Best Traditional Blues Album in 2011 when he was 97 years and 221 days old. Okay, now here are the nominees for Album of the Year. Tina Turner for Private Dancer, Prince and the Revolution for Purple Rain. By the way, kind of an interesting tidbit, one of the members of the Revolution, guitarist Wendy Melvoin, her father, Michael Melvoin, was at this time the president of the Recording Academy. He introduced Prince and the Revolution when they performed that night. But we're not done with this stacked category. Lionel Richie is nominated for his album Can't Slow Down. Bruce Springsteen gets his first Album of the Year nomination with Born in the USA. And Best New Artist winner Cyndi Lauper is nominated for She's So Unusual. But before we get to the winner, let's talk about some other albums from 1984 that were not nominated. You've got a lot of classics this year in genres that are typically ignored by the Grammys. Whether you want to call it punk or alternative or college rock, you've got the Minutemen, Double Nickels on the Dime, Husker Du's Zen Arcade, The Replacements' Let It Be, the first self-titled album by the Smiths, and U2's The Unforgettable Fire. And the Grammy goes to...
Can't Slow Down, Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie's Can't Slow Down. It was really hard for the Grammys to go wrong here. Purple Rain is the obvious answer, but Bruce Springsteen also would have been a great choice. Private Dancer had such a great story, and Tina Turner had won Song and Record of the Year. I could even see a defense of She's So Unusual because Cyndi Lauper was so hot. But Can't Slow Down being picked, I think, is a miss by the Recording Academy. And also, you know what would have solved this problem? Fixing the eligibility year. This record came out October 14th, 1983. If you would just have the eligibility year be a calendar year, you could have had Thriller win 2 years ago, this win last year, and Purple Rain win this year. And looking back, the Grammys would have a lot more credibility. It was a huge album. It was one of the best-selling albums of the 1980s. It sold over 20 million copies worldwide, and it had huge hit songs like All Night Long and Hello. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time for the highs and lows of the 28th Annual Grammy Awards in 1986.
Hello.